The Wild Boar. The author of this story is unknown. This story is retold by professional storyteller Debbie Dunn. There was once a tall man and a short man walking through the forest. All of a sudden a wild boar came running up, ready to charge those two men. The tall man climbed up into a tree. The short man could not reach the lowest branch. Fortunately, he found a large hole in the ground and dived down into it. The wild boar snuffled around, tearing up the ground. He couldn't reach the tall man. He couldn't find the short man. He was just about to wander off when the short man popped out of the hole. Needless to say, the wild boar charged after that short man. Just in the nick of time, the short man dived back down into the hole. Once again, the wild boar snuffled around, tearing up the ground. He couldn't reach the tall man. He couldn't find the short man. He was just about to wander off when the short man popped out of the hole. This, of course, reactivated the wild boar's interest. The boar charged. Just in the nick of time, the short man once again dived back down into the hole. The short man popped out of that hole again, and again, and again. Each and every time the wild boar would charge. Finally, the wild boar got disgusted with the whole useless effort and ran off for good. When the coast was clear, the tall man climbed down out of the tree. For the very last time, the short man popped out of the hole. The tall man snapped, "You fool! Why did you keep popping out of that hole the way you did over and over and over again?" The short man said, "Well, you see, there was a tiger in the hole." Years ago, I traveled to the country of Norway in a college abroad. One of the girls was doing a number of things to make me feel very annoyed and upset. I went to my good friend Sandy and started complaining. "Sandy, I can't understand what would make her act that way." In response, Sandy told me the story entitled The Wild Boar. Can you guess why she told me this story in particular? My takeaway from her story was that everybody has some kind of a tiger in the hole, so to speak. Oh, I get it. Everybody has a tiger in the hole, so to speak. Some tigers in the hole are rather obvious, like a cast on a leg or arm, or they have the flu. Well, of course they would act grouchy if they were in pain. Other tigers in the hole are not so obvious. Perhaps they lost somebody they loved, or they are suffering from depression. Well, Since I can't know what everybody's tiger in the hole is, I should simply remember, don't judge anybody. Perhaps you've heard that old Native American saying, don't judge somebody unless you've walked a mile in their moccasins. Even then, don't judge. It's time now for the 6 Bloom's Taxonomy discussion questions. If you're using this video with a class, pause the video at the end of each question to give your class a chance to answer. Level 1, Knowledge Question. Recall what caused the wild boar to continue to charge the 2 men. Pause the video. Answer key. The short man kept popping out of the hole, reactivating the interest and anger of the wild boar. Level 2, Comprehension Question. Who can retell this story in your own words? Pause the video. Answer key. Accept reasonable retelling of the story. Level 3, Application Question. Determine what the tall man must have been thinking at various points throughout the story. Pause the video. Answer key. Too bad my friend can't climb up a tree to safety. I'm sorry I didn't have time to help him. Oh, good. The wild boar is going to run away. Oh, what foolishness! My friend has popped out of the hole, reactivating the wild boar's interest. My friend sure is lacking in intelligence. Of course, after the short man revealed that there was a tiger in the hole, the tall man probably thought, "Oh, I sure misjudged what was really going on with my friend." Level 4, Analysis Question. Analyze what was really going on with the short man, the tiger in the hole, and the wild boar. Pause the video. Answer key. The short man jumped in the hole only to find that there was a tiger in there. He stood the growling and menace as long as he could, then he popped out of the hole. The short man noticed that the wild boar was getting ready to charge him. He stood his ground as long as he could, then he jumped back down into the hole. As soon as he jumped back down in the hole, he was painfully reminded about the tiger getting ready to attack him. The short man had no choice but to continue popping in and out of the hole until one of the predators went away. Thankfully, in this case, it was the wild boar. Level 5, Synthesis Question. Find an unusual way for the short man to have handled the whole situation differently. Pause the video. Answer key. Accept reasonable answers. And the last discussion question, Level 6, Evaluation Question. Compare this story to how we make judgments about the people around us, and evaluate in what ways the people around us might also have a tiger in the hole, so to speak. Pause the video. Answer key. Accept reasonable answers. The end. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful day.